There's two things that you need to make money online: a product and a starving crowd. You might be new to making money online, but I do it every day. I did it yesterday. I did it today, did it over the last 7 days. And of course, last month, I made over $10,000 here online doing just that, showing people products, good products, and the fact that they're a hungry crowd, a starving crowd. They're hungry for a solution because they have a problem. And the content that I create shows them how to solve that problem and leads them to the ultimate solution, both as an affiliate, or I do that both as an affiliate and selling my own products. Recently, I just created this new product. It's called the MMO Protocol. MMO stands for Make Money Online. Protocol is a set of rules. It's a set of standards or procedures to follow to make money online. You have to have certain things in place. You have to follow the rules of the game that is making money online. You need certain things in place. You need to identify that audience or that starving crowd. And then you need to identify that product that feeds them, that solves their problem. So we go back to the MMO protocol. What is it you're actually getting? The MMO protocol comes with PLR rights. That's private label rights. If you don't know what PLR is simply just a license. It allows you to purchase rights to take the content and use it as your own. So when you buy the MMO protocol, effectively, it can become your product as well. So then you could tap into the audience out there that is starving to learn how to use AI to make money online. Now, that is a little meta for some folks. So they just want to use the MMO protocol to use AI to figure out how to identify an audience, build a product, and then sell that product here online, or a digital product. That's what the MMO protocol can do for you. It can do a couple things for you. So I want to show you inside the MMO protocol. This is the protocol. You simply access it by clicking the link in the description. It'll take you over to the sales page. That's what I just showed you right here. This is a little further down in the sales page. The sales page, of course, starts off with a headline, explains more in detail what it is and the fact of how I got here and how I think I'm best suited to help you accomplish this task of making money online. It also comes with a bonus, which is the MMO deployment kit. This is the deployment kit, or the instructions of how to actually use the MMO protocol, or the set of instructions, the process, the procedure using AI. And I'm going to show you how to do that with Claude AI here in a second. So there's a link in the description. It takes you over. Once you purchase the MMO protocol, you get access to this Google document. And then what you want to do is you want to make a copy of this document to your Google Drive because it's yours. Again, you have PLR rights to this protocol, meaning that you can take this, you can learn it, you can do it, and then you can teach people how to use the MMO protocol, and then you can sell it as your own product if that's what you want to do. But go on to the framing brief and then understand a protocol is not a strategy. This is the standing operating procedure behind setting up your online income engine. It is a precise steps of prompts and mental models that can be adapted to any offer platform or different creator types. Because most of the stuff out there is just noise that you hear. The real edge is understanding how to trigger desire. Those people that have a problem, you need to trigger their desire to get them moving towards the solution that you offer. All right. How to frame offers, how to match product, person, and platform, how to do all this without guessing. AI isn't the solution. This is very important, and that's why I put it in the protocol. AI isn't the solution. It's your thinking partner. AI doesn't do the thinking for you. It's the co-brain. And this protocol, this set of procedures, this set of steps is going to allow you to utilize AI as the builder, as the hacker, as the curator, as the coach. Even if you're new to online marketing, you can find how this will work for you. This will fit. Even if you've made money. So if you're a beginner, this is exactly how you can get started. And even if you've made money, you'll find a new lens or a new way of looking at it. All right. So how do we use the protocol? What you're going to learn how to do is what to prompt, when to prompt, how to evolve it over time. and how to test outputs against real world results. Basically, it breaks it down into 4 stages: 0 to idea, idea to offer, offer to activation. That's how to promote it. And then activation to cash flow, how to get it seen and bought, your product, how to get your product seen and bought. The core MMO operating system. The core operating system is audience angle activation offer automation. And again, this isn't theory. This is a real sequence, all right, underneath every direct response campaign that is marketing to get people to purchase a product. All right. So if you look at this and you go audience angle activation offer automation, this is a workflow for the AI. You're going to give this operating system, the MMO protocol, you are going to load it up into the AI. And I'm going to show you that here with Claude here in a second. But I want to break this down into something that's a little easier to see, I think, for everyone, which is my affiliating 9-step roadmap to building a profitable online business. It starts with my proven top strategy, which is traffic to an offer, add people to an email list. The 3 foundations that you have to operate your business. You have to have these things to make money online and to run at a profit, to make more money than you spend to operate your business. Traffic, you need to pick a topic, you need some tools, and you need to understand technology, the online part, and you need some time to create some consistent content. Then you need to present your offer. And ultimately, what you want to do is you want to add people that see your content, the people that are your traffic source. You want to add them to an email list and you want to profit and scale. You take that back to audience angle activation offer. Audience angle activation equals traffic. All right. You go back and you look at offer. It's pretty self-explanatory. Offer. People is build an email list. In this case, that is automation. You go back to my 9-step roadmap, automate passive income. That is when you automate the sending of emails when people see your offer, or if you step back and you focus on where it really begins, it starts when you start generating traffic by creating content and posting out on the internet, a blog, social media. You run ads. You let people know that you have a solution to their problem. You're out there letting that starving crowd of people that are on the internet, you let them know that you have a solution to their problem, and then you show them your offer, and then you get them on an email list, because that is really where the money is made, and you have the ability to follow up. And it's also an asset that you own that you can take anywhere you want, and it doesn't rely on being on Facebook or being on YouTube or having to run ads on some other ad platform to contact those people once you have made initial contact with them. So you take that back to the core operating system, and you understand now that you need to load this operating system up. And that's why I've given you the MMO deployment kit from Prompt PsyOps. All right. So all you need to do then is you need to come down here and you need to load the protocol into an LLM like ChatGPT or Claude, and then it's going to explain how to interact with it, how to run a test if you want, and how to create assets in minutes that would normally take days. Step 1 is simply to load the protocol into your AI assistant. We're going to use Claude. Here I've started the conversation. I simply just loaded a PDF into Claude because it comes as a Google Doc. If you're using Gemini or ChatGPT, you can load this up because you can access Google. You can access your Google Drive. But in this case, I'm using Claude. So what I did is I just saved it as a PDF. Then I ran the master prompt. And again, this is in the deployment kit. After step 1, you need to accomplish the simple, or inside of step 1, after you load the protocol into your AI, you simply just copy this mega prompt or this starting point to kick off or to activate the protocol. You are now my strategic assistant. I'm building a product or online income stream using a system called the MMO Protocol, powered by Prompt PsyOps. It's a 5-part framework that fuses AI prompt workflows with proven direct response marketing models. Here's the structure. And we go back to the actual structure: audience angle activation offer automation. Then it's going to start the protocol. Now you've activated it. I'm locked in. Let's build this right from the ground up. The MMO protocol isn't about guessing. It's about understanding the psychological mechanics that drive people to buy. We're going to extract maximum signal from every step. Validate before we build and let AI amplify what's already working. Maximum signal in this case just means that the signal is strong. Like if you're on your cell phone, you have maximum signal, everything's crystal clear, and you can hear and you can understand exactly what you need to do. You can understand the instructions coming over your phone. First, I need to map out your starting position. Who do you think you can help? Don't give me demographics, give me psychographics. And if you don't know what those things are, you can ask the AI. That's the power. You can run an example and you can dive deep into this. I'm going to give you an example of PLR here in a second, but you need to focus on these questions. They're important for determining who your audience is, which determines the type of content or the offer that you're going to give up to your starving crowd. What kind of transformation or result do you want to deliver? Or understanding this isn't about credentials or qualifications and just thinking about what outcome can you guide someone toward, that group of people with a problem that you've either achieved yourself or helped others achieve, or you want to learn how to do and you can show them what it is you're achieving. What's the before and after that gets you fired up? Do you already have assets, content or an audience? If you already have a social media following, if you already have an email list, industry connections, existing content, specialized knowledge, network access, what's already in your arsenal? What do you already have? Maybe you've been studying something, you've been taking notes on it, and you've had a little bit of success, or you've had some failures, some setbacks, and you want to show people those and how you are pushing forward to continue learning this thing that it is you want to share with the world, because you know that when you get it right, the results are going to be worth the time and effort you put into it. That's what this is about. And that's why these questions matter. Your audience comes from the intersection of who you can help and where you can reach them. Your angle emerges from what transformation you can deliver and why it works differently than what they've tried before. The goal isn't to find the perfect niche, it's to find the profitable overlap between your capabilities and market demand. What's your read on these three areas? What's your answer to these questions? Now, I want to take this back and for folks to understand what PLR is, because I've had a lot of people ask me, how can I use this? Because they see that it has PLR rights. And sometimes people get confused with the fact that it has PLR rights. That means I need to use PLR with the MMO protocol, or I can take the MMO protocol and make it my own and sell it. You can actually do all those things. That's what I'm going to show you now, but with an example of using PLR that doesn't have anything to do with AI or making money online. So we go back to Claude, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to upload these 3 PLR articles. These PLR articles are stress management articles. There's 10 of them that I have, stress management PLR articles. I'm going to load 3 of them. Stress 101, what you need to know about stress, how to get results without stressing yourself out, and the 10 common causes of stress. You can see I've loaded these up, and I'm going to just tell ChatGPT, or I'm going to tell Claude, apologies, I use ChatGPT and Gemini most of the time. I'm going to tell Claude, use these 3 PLR articles to answer the questions for me, please. Perfect. I can see exactly what you're working with here. You've got solid PLR content on stress management, and stress is a $13 billion market with endless demand, a starving crowd. Let me map your position. Who can you help? Based on your content, based on the PLR that you have rights to, the content that you have a license to use as your own, you're positioned to help people who are drowning in modern stress but don't know how to systematically address it. These are people experiencing work pressure, deadline anxiety, health-related stress, life transition stress, divorce, job loss, major changes. Then you continue through the questions. What transformation can you deliver? The before and the after. It breaks down your current assets. And also, here's what Claude is seeing from the articles that you have and how you can actually use it. Then it's going to ask you questions to refine your positioning. Who specifically are you targeting? Who specifically are you targeting? Are you targeting overwhelmed working professionals, stressed parents, people going through major life transitions, or anxiety sufferers looking for practical tools? Because those audiences all have stress, but they have different levels of stress and different things causing stress. What's your unique mechanism? How will you approach the different, or how will you approach and be different from download a meditation app or just exercise more? What's your systematic approach? What's your proof? Do you have personal experience overcoming chronic stress or professional background in wellness or psychology? The market is hungry for stress solutions, but they want frameworks, not just information. What's your angle going to be? Go back to the MMO protocol. The core operating system is about identifying an audience, finding an angle, and then activating that angle, creating an offer, and then setting up an automation or building an email list. Or, like I show people here in my 9-step roadmap, following my proven top strategy, you want to generate traffic by picking a topic. The topic here is about stress and how you can help people alleviate it. The tools, the technology, and the time is understanding AI as a technology, and then understanding that you need to create content. So, for example, if you want to create YouTube videos, you need to learn how to record a video and upload it to YouTube. You need the time to understand that. You need the technology. You need to present your offer, in this case, a super simple lead magnet that's going to let people know how you can solve their stress. The product that you have, an affiliate product or your own product, and then build an email list. Add those people to an email list so you can automate it, and then you can profit and scale. Go back to the core MMO operating system. This is a workflow for the AI. Identify and think about building your audience with an angle, and then activate them and present an offer, or activate the angle by then presenting an offer. Or once you activate the angle and your audience, you present them an offer, and then you automate this, and everything sort of runs 24/7. And that's that passive income idea that people are talking about. So you go back to Claude and you say, let's continue with this PLR, keep the protocol running. And you just continue this conversation now that you've loaded the MMO protocol, a standard set of instructions, and understanding what you need to do. Got it. Let's keep the protocol running and extract maximum value from your stress management PLR. Audience, let's get granular on the psychographics. This is the way that people think, the things that build their existence around their life, right? Everything that they're thinking about, reasons they're under stress, right? It's not demographics. Demographics is the thing that they are, what age they are, they're a man, they're a woman, things like that. Looking at your PLR content, I can identify several distinct audience segments. We need to pick one to start with, because trying to serve everyone serves no one. If you have a hungry crowd and they absolutely are against eating meat, then they're not going to want your hamburger. You're going to have a different product, and you're going to have to understand that they may be a starving crowd and they might eat your hamburger, but if they were truly starving. But just thinking, if they were just hungry, they're not going to want to eat a hamburger if they don't eat meat. You're going to have to serve them something that doesn't have meat. So looking at your PLR content, I can identify several distinct audience segments. We need to pick one to start with, because trying to serve everyone serves no one. Here are the high potential segments I need. It's going to walk you through the protocol. Then you come down here and it asks you, and it continues building on this step by step until you start to build an offer, start to build a product, in this case using that PLR. Which segment resonates most with you, either because you've been there yourself or because you see them struggling and know exactly what they need. Once we pick the segment, we'll craft the perfect angle, and that makes your stress solution feel like it was custom built for their specific situation. What's your gut telling you about the group you can best serve? Let's just say segment C, and continue this rolling. This is the chronic stress sufferer. Perfect choice. Segment C is pure gold because they have buying urgency. They have a budget. They have emotional intensity. They crave systematic approaches. Let's frame this right. Let's move to step 2 and set up the angle. Remember the MMO protocol. Audience angle. Now we are at audience angle, and AI is walking us all through this. Most stress advice treats symptoms. You need to attack the root symptoms. Here are 3 potential stress angles based on your content. That's the PLR content. So we have the stress reset protocol, we have the 3-type stress solution, and then we have the stress fat disease connection breakthrough. Which angle makes you think, yes, this is exactly what they need to hear? I'm going to go with angle A just to keep this rolling so you can see how this is going to work. And all this is just moving through the protocol, letting the AI give you an example based off of your content. Excellent. The stress reset protocol hits the psychological sweet spot for chronic stress sufferers. Why this angle works. Then we move on to step 3, activation. Let's test this before we build. Now we'll validate demand without creating a full product. We're looking for signal. We're out there looking for what's going on. The noise, looking through the noise, looking for replies, clicks, questions, and engagement that people are actually doing, or the things that the content that they're engaging with that you can, that signals to you, that identifies that they have a problem and they're interested in your solution. Here's your activation sequence. Test 1, the story hook. Test 2, the controversial statement. Test 3, the soft offer. Where can you deploy these? Social media, email if you already have a list, comment in stress-related groups, direct conversations. Do you have any of these existing audience or platforms? Where can you test these hooks, even if it's a small social media following? Yes, I have a small social media following. This is if you have a Facebook page, or if you have a personal profile where you have other people that you've connected with that are under stress, or maybe you're in a bunch of groups about stress over on Facebook. Perfect. Small followings are actually better for testing. Less noise, more signal. You're going to get more feedback. It's going to be more clear. You can see exactly who's engaging and why. Your activation test plan. Week 1, deploy the hooks. Here's your story. Someone told me yesterday, I've been managing my stress for 5 years, but I'm more stressed than ever. I'm more stressed than ever. That hit me hard. What if we've been taught wrong? What if stress isn't meant to be managed but reset? Then you have a controversial hook and a curiosity hook. What to watch for? You want to look for comments asking, what do you mean by reset? People sharing their own struggles. DMs asking for more information. Saves, shares, show what to reference to it later. After each post, engage authentically. Then it's going to move you through week 2 and on and on and on. And you are going to be looking at how many people are in your social media following and which platforms, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or X. This will help me calibrate expectations for the signal you should see. Great. I made a post in 3 of my Facebook groups about stress, and people were really interested in the idea of a reset by asking, what do you mean by reset? You got to go out there and actually activate the protocol, right? This is where you have to move away from the AI. So I'm just going to use this as an example. Great. I was out there. I was following what I'm supposed to do. Week 1, I deployed the hooks, right? I went out to those Facebook groups and I actually made some posts and I got some feedback. Boom. That's pure gold signal right there. Loud and clear, crystal clear. What do you mean by reset? Is this the exact question you want to hear? It means the concept grabbed them. Reset isn't language they've heard before. They're curious enough to engage. They're not just passively scrolling by or maybe just clicking like to try to be nice on your post. They're qualifying themselves. People asking questions are potential buyers. This is validation to your angle hitting the mark. Step 4, offer. Check this out. We go back, right? We picked our audience, the people out there that are stressed. They're stressed out. They need a solution. Our angle is we're going to reset that stress for them. We're going to activate this by going out and creating content and seeing what lands with people that we've identified through our audience and our angle. And now we're going to create an offer. We go back and we say, okay, step 4, offer. Based on this response, here's how we structure the stress reset protocol. Then it walks you through the core promise, an outcome. This is going to be the solution, what people actually get when they buy your product. Here is a structure based on the PLR. Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3, Phase 4. Here's some quick questions for the offer. Do you prefer to create a digital guide, a video course, or an email series? Just put people on an email list and just have them run through a series. Are you thinking about $27, $47, or maybe a little higher ticket, $97 to $197? How quickly do you want to get this to market? Next move, reply to those Facebook comments with something like, great question. A stress reset is different from stress management. Instead of coping with chronic stress, you systematically break the cycle. I'm actually putting together a protocol on this, or a product. Would you be interested in seeing it? What format feels right for your first offer? Now, this is ChatGPT or Claude asking you what feels right. I'm going to say, I would like a small PDF to get started. Maybe something I can sell for $9 and build my email list to promote affiliate products while I create my own course on stress. All right. So here, and I misspelled this, promote and affiliate products. I'll just fix that while we're here. So you're just going to say now, you're going to tell Claude, I would like a small PDF to get started, maybe something I can sell for $9 and build my email list to promote affiliate products while I create my own course on stress. All right. So remember what we're at here in the protocol. We've identified an audience. We have created an angle with that reset stress. We have activated it by going out there and generating traffic or letting people know about our solution, which is our offer. Now we need to move into automation, which is setting up that email address. Perfect strategy. A $9 PDF is the ideal starter move. Low barrier to entry, immediate validation, and build your buyer list, which converts 10x better than freebie seekers. The Stress Reset Protocol PDF blueprint, 15 to 20 pages, page 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, page 6 is 8, all the way down through, and you can see and you can read that. The timeline with your PLR content, you could have this done in 3 to 5 days. Sound like the first move, or sound like the right first move? Yes, it does. Let's get started. And here you're just going to say, yes, it does. Let's get started. And then you're going to continue this conversation. In this case, Claude is going to start creating that product for you. And now you have an audience, you have an angle, you've activated that audience, you are creating your offer. And then the automation part, we'll go back and understand that the automation part is going to be, like I talk about down here, you're going to need to understand that there are certain tools, technology, and time required to then figure out how to sell the product, which means just going and posting it on a marketplace or using something like Thrivecart or Samcart or Stan Store, something like that, and saying, okay, when you go out there and you present your offer, create a sales page, or just inside of a DM, you're saying, okay, here's my product, here's how you pay me, right? A PayPal button, or, send me money via PayPal. All that stuff is the selling part that you'll have to figure out. But the MMO protocol has done all the heavy lifting for you along with AI as your strategic partner. So at that point, you go back and you have the product, right? AI, Claude is still creating that product. It's going to build all that out for you. You can see it's right in that. You just need to then verify and make sure that it makes sense. And now you can see that it's saying, perfect, your PDF is ready to go. What you've got, 20 pages of high value content, clear progression from diagnosis to daily practice, practical tools, built-in upsell opportunities, professional presentation, next steps for your $9 launch. This is what I was just talking about. The AI is going to show you how to create your sales page. Simple one-page site with a headline. Stop managing your stress, start resetting it. 3 to 5 bullet points of what they get, social proof from your Facebook group responses that people are excited about this stress reset idea or this angle, and then a $9 buy button. Setup delivery. This is what I was just talking about. Use Gumroad, Sendao, or something similar to automate the delivery of the PDF. There's a launch sequence, and here it says ready to create your sales page, or do you want to refine anything in the PDF first? So here I'll say create sales page to complete audience angle activation offer automation. Then here you can see it is drafting your sales page. Of course, that's all in HTML right there. You can come over here and download that as HTML. It's a web page. You can load that up to your web hosting or have AI. As you can see right here, it created a page. It might not be exactly what you want, but it's a great starting point. Boom, your complete sales page is ready. MMO protocol status complete. Here is your audience, your angle, your activation, your offer, and your automation. And then you have everything that you need to go live. Ready to go live, or do you want to adjust anything on the sales page first? Here you can continue to go to answer questions or get input and have the AI assist you. But ultimately, what you've done is you've walked through the MMO protocol with the assistance of AI. And in this case, we use PLR to kickstart it, to jumpstart the idea of identifying that starving crowd, that audience that has a problem. In this case, their problem was stress. We walk through all the MMO protocol activation steps, all the sequence, everything that we need to do to create a product and think about who it is we're going to sell it to and how to actually sell it. It's all right here in the MMO protocol. There's a link in the description. Of course, if you have any more questions, ask in the comments. Thanks for being here, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.